Hey everyone, and welcome to Golden Vitality. I'm Adam, your go-to expert for senior wellness. Are your legs feeling weaker, heavier, or just not what they used to be, especially as you've passed the 60 mark? What if I told you that some things you believe are helping your health, even certain vitamins, might actually be sabotaging your leg strength? Today, we're uncovering the surprising culprits that could be silently weakening your foundation. Stick around, because this information is crucial. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on vital health insights from Golden Vitality. If you've noticed your legs aren't as strong as they once were, perhaps feeling heavy, achy, or making simple tasks like standing for extended periods, walking, or climbing stairs a challenge, you're in the right place. The insights I'm about to share might genuinely surprise you and could shed light on why this is happening. It's not uncommon to attribute these changes solely to aging. But what if certain dietary choices and even well-intentioned supplements are playing a more significant role than you realize? We're going to explore how some seemingly harmless and even purportedly beneficial foods and vitamins can, in fact, contribute to leg weakness, discomfort, and instability. This isn't about fear-mongering. It's about empowering you with knowledge. By understanding these hidden factors, you can make informed decisions to protect and even reclaim your leg strength, vitality, and independence. Let's start with something many find comforting: sweets and sugary desserts. While often associated with enjoyment, after the age of 60, indulging too frequently can quietly undermine your leg health. You see, excessive intake of refined sugars triggers inflammatory responses throughout the body, with a particular impact on muscles and joints. This chronic inflammation can make your legs feel more sensitive, uncomfortable, and susceptible to wear and tear. Furthermore, high sugar consumption is directly linked to increased insulin resistance. When your cells become resistant to insulin, they struggle to absorb glucose for energy, effectively starving your muscles of the fuel they need. This leads to muscle weakness and reduced efficiency. Beyond that, excess sugar contributes to weight gain, placing additional strain on your leg joints and muscles. Every extra pound requires more effort from your lower body. For seniors already experiencing natural muscle mass decline, this added burden is particularly concerning. Sugar also promotes toxin generation in the body, further fueling inflammation. And consider blood flow. High sugar intake can impair circulation, especially to the lower limbs, meaning less oxygen and fewer nutrients reach your leg muscles, hindering repair and recovery. So, that seemingly innocent slice of pie or cake could be contributing to your leg fatigue more than you think. Next on our list are fried foods. That crispy, golden allure is hard to resist, but the impact on your body, especially after 60, can be significant. Fried foods are typically laden with trans fats and unhealthy saturated fats. These fats are notorious for promoting systemic inflammation, a key enemy of muscle and joint health. This inflammation can directly affect your leg muscles and joints, leading to stiffness, pain, and an accelerated rate of deterioration. Moreover, the fats in fried meals can impair blood flow. Healthy circulation is vital for delivering oxygen and nutrients to your muscles. When this is compromised, muscle oxygenation suffers. This, in turn, hinders the muscle's ability to repair themselves and maintain strength. Over time, this can also contribute to blockages in blood vessels, further restricting nutrient delivery to your leg muscles. Think about it. After a meal, heavy in fried foods, have you ever noticed your legs feeling particularly sore or heavy? That's your body reacting to the overload of detrimental fats. These foods also take a lot of energy to digest, diverting resources that could otherwise be used by your muscles. And let's not forget the link between frequent consumption of fried foods and weight gain, which, as we've discussed, puts extra stress on your lower extremities. Fried foods are also often nutritionally sparse, meaning they offer few of the vitamins, minerals, and proteins essential for muscle strength and repair. An imbalanced diet rich in these items can accelerate muscle mass loss, a primary concern for maintaining mobility in later life. What appears as a tasty treat could be undermining your independence. Now, let's talk about white bread. It's a staple in many breakfasts and snacks, but its effects on the body, especially after 60, are far from benign. White bread is made from refined flour, a process that strips away most of the fiber and essential nutrients. What's left is a rapidly absorbed carbohydrate that can cause sharp spikes in blood glucose levels. These fluctuations directly impact muscular health, particularly in the legs, often leading to feelings of weariness and weakness. Regular consumption can contribute to metabolic imbalances. Being low in fiber and high on the glycemic index, white bread can also worsen insulin resistance. This impairs the entry of glucose into muscle cells, thereby affecting the energy and strength needed for daily activities. Muscle firmness, especially in the legs, becomes harder to maintain with insufficient energy. Over time, this can lead to a loss of muscle mass, a common issue with aging, but one that white bread can exacerbate. So, white bread shifts from being a neutral food to a potential irritant. Beyond glucose issues, white bread is low in protein and minerals crucial for muscle recovery. To prevent sarcopenia, the progressive loss of muscle mass, older adults require adequate protein. Opting for white bread over more nutrient-dense, whole-grain alternatives is a missed opportunity for essential nourishment and can, meal by meal, deplete the body. This dietary pattern can result in legs that feel unresistant, tired, and unsteady. Moreover, white bread often contributes to weight gain, especially when paired with high-fat spreads, cheeses, or sugary jams, adding further pressure to already vulnerable leg joints. Alcoholic beverages are another area of concern. While social drinking is common as we age, especially past 60, our body's ability to metabolize alcohol diminishes, amplifying its detrimental effects on leg and overall health. One significant impact is on nutrient absorption. Alcohol can interfere with the body's ability to absorb vital minerals like calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D, all crucial for bone strength and muscle function. A deficiency in these components can lead to weakened muscles and brittle bones, increasing the risk of fractures and falls. Alcohol also directly hinders muscle repair. This means that after any physical exertion, your body takes longer to restore muscle tissues, leading to prolonged pain, weariness, and an increased chance of injury. Dehydration, a common side effect of alcohol consumption, impairs muscular flexibility and can promote uncomfortable leg cramps. Furthermore, alcohol can impair liver function, which is connected to the synthesis of compounds vital for tissue health. There's also a strong link between alcohol consumption and weight gain, particularly abdominal fat. Alcoholic drinks are often calorie-dense but nutrient-poor. This extra weight strains the legs and demands more from the joints, thereby impairing mobility. When you combine this with the natural age-related decrease in muscle mass, the effects on mobility and quality of life can be quite severe. If you've ever noticed your body waking up more exhausted and aching after a night of drinking, that's a reflection of the strain alcohol puts on your muscles and joints. Processed meats, such as bacon, ham, sausages, and deli meats, are convenient, but often mask significant health hazards for your legs, particularly in older age. These products are typically high in sodium and chemical preservatives. Foods like these encourage chronic inflammation throughout the body. This inflammation directly impacts the joints and can cause ongoing discomfort in the leg muscles, ankles, and knees. That stiffness you might feel upon waking could be linked to these foods. Processed meats also have a high saturated fat content. This type of fat can decrease muscular blood flow, raise negative cholesterol levels, and compromise overall circulation. Poor irrigation deprives the leg muscles of essential nutrition and oxygen, hindering their maintenance and regeneration. The result is a gradual weakening of the lower extremities, and eventually, this decline in power restricts basic daily tasks. Furthermore, these meals contribute to an accumulation of toxins in the body, stressing the liver and kidneys. These organs are vital for filtering out chemicals that, when accumulated, can lead to muscular weariness. Preservatives in processed meats have also been shown to affect glucose metabolism, thereby lowering the muscle energy available. Again, the effect is experienced directly in the legs as ongoing feelings of weariness and heaviness. Instant noodles might seem like a quick and easy meal, but their impact, particularly after 60, is concerning. Largely composed of refined flour and chemical additives, they offer relatively little nutritional value. The outcome? A calorie-rich meal that's low in fiber, proteins, and micronutrients, all necessary components for preserving muscular mass. Over time, this kind of diet directly contributes to leg and mobility deterioration. One of the main drawbacks of instant noodles is their very high salt level. A single serving can provide more than half of the daily recommended intake of sodium. Too much sodium encourages fluid retention, which can make the legs feel swollen and painful. It also increases blood pressure, hindering sufficient blood flow to the muscles. Poor circulation leads to muscle tissue becoming undernourished, weak, and slower to recover from activity. The chemical additives in the flavor packets are another cause for worry. Preservatives, colors, and monosodium glutamate, MSG, are often linked to chronic inflammatory processes. Even in small amounts, these inflammations can impair joint function and speed muscle deterioration, leading to discomfort, stiffness, and mobility restrictions. Industrially made cakes and pastries might smell like youth and taste like joy, but they often conceal components that seriously harm leg health, especially in our mature years. These items are typically filled with processed sugar, hydrogenated fats, trans fats, and synthetic preservatives that can upset metabolism and irritate the body. The high sugar content, as discussed, disturbs insulin function and encourages body fat buildup. This not only causes overweight, but also creates a metabolic setting bad for preserving muscular strength. The presence of trans fats, utilized to improve taste and shelf life, is another critical aspect. These fats lower good cholesterol and raise bad cholesterol, compromising blood flow. Poor blood circulation deprives leg muscles of required nutrients, causing them to deteriorate. Eating these cakes regularly is also connected to persistent inflammation, a key cause of muscular weakness and joint discomfort. Emulsifiers, stabilizers, and dyes can influence the immune system and cause inflammatory reactions, mostly impacting leg joints. Ultra-processed cheeses like spreads, processed slices, and melted cheese products, though convenient and tasty, mask grave risks for individuals wanting to maintain leg strength after 60. High in sodium and saturated fat, These meals affect the muscular and vascular system significantly. Sodium promotes fluid retention and increases blood pressure. Saturated fat undermines the flexibility of blood vessels, therefore impairing circulation. This combination can lead to legs feeling bloated, uncomfortable, and heavy. Ultra-processed cheeses frequently include preservatives and phosphates that can disrupt the body's mineral balance. Calcium and magnesium, two minerals vital for muscular contraction and bone health, are directly affected by this. Incorrect absorption of these minerals can lead to muscular weariness, joint discomfort, and even nighttime cramps. Canned foods, while convenient, can contain a number of ingredients that greatly endanger leg health in old age. Most include chemical preservatives like sodium benzoate and nitrites, as well as colors, high salt, and other chemicals. These substances are very inflammatory and can harm muscle and vascular health. Consumed often, they impede muscle regeneration and make it difficult for muscles to receive adequate oxygen. The extra salt promotes fluid retention, worsening leg edema and potentially indicating inadequate circulation and tissue inflammation. Lastly, let's consider filled cookies and processed snacks. These items are often packed with artificial substances, including dyes, flavorings, preservatives, and stabilizers. These not only aggravate the body but also stress vital organs like the liver and kidneys, disrupting circulation and the absorption of necessary nutrients for the musculature. These snacks are low in minerals, proteins, and fiber, but high in empty calories. Now, we've talked a lot about food, but what about actual vitamins? It's true, certain vitamins are essential. However, too much of a good thing can indeed be detrimental, especially for those of us in our golden years. Let's look at two that, when taken in excess, can paradoxically weaken your legs. First, let's consider vitamin A. Essential for vision, immunity, and skin integrity, it's a crucial nutrient. However, an overabundance, particularly from high-dose supplements rather than food, can lead to a condition called hypervitaminosis A. As we age, our body's ability to process and excrete excess vitamin A can become less efficient. This can lead to a buildup, and one of the surprising symptoms can be muscle and joint discomfort, often felt in the legs and back. It's sometimes misdiagnosed as simple age-related aches, but it could be a sign that your vitamin A levels are too high. Too much vitamin A can also hinder the absorption of other vital minerals and even contribute to bone demineralization, weakening the very structures that support your legs. The key here is balance and sourcing. Vitamin A primarily from a balanced diet. Think liver, egg yolks, carrots, and pumpkin, rather than relying heavily on supplements unless specifically advised by your doctor. The second vitamin to be cautious about is vitamin D. Often linked to bone health and correct immune system operation, vitamin D is especially advised for older adults. However, few people realize that too much of it, usually from excessive supplementation, can lead to hypervitaminosis D. This results in a buildup of calcium in your blood, a condition known as hypercalcemia. This can cause leg stiffness, muscle burning or weakness, cramps, and joint discomfort. Hypercalcemia directly impacts muscles and nerves, compromising the electrical impulses that direct body motions. It can also lead to unnecessary calcification of soft tissues, including muscles and tendons. This means places like the knees, calves, and thighs might get stiffer, less flexible, and uncomfortable under effort. What ought to be a protective chemical can become one of wear and restriction. Therefore, vitamin D supplementation should always be tailored based on lab tests and medical advice. Many individuals believe more is better and consume huge amounts on their own, but excess can be just as dangerous as deficiency, particularly for leg health. I hope this information empowers you to make more informed choices for your leg health and overall vitality. Remember, the goal is to nourish your body wisely, choosing whole, unprocessed foods as much as possible and being cautious with supplementation. If you found this valuable, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with someone who might benefit. And don't forget to subscribe to Golden Vitality for more expert advice. What was the most surprising food or vitamin on this list for you? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, stay active and stay vibrant.